Everyone, and welcome to another section of today's class. We're going to be talking about branding. Branding. Now, branding, like, is a common word, especially when you are going into business or you're starting up your business. But there's some certain things you need to know about branding that can help you on this journey on becoming a bridal hairstylist, or even if you're already a bridal hairstylist, on how you can actually put yourself out there. Now, what is branding? Branding is simply means creating a distinct identity for a business, okay, in the minds of your target audience. That is what branding is. It's just creating something unique that your business can be identified with in the minds of your customers, your audience, your target audience. Do you understand what I'm saying? Okay. Now, there's several factors that make up a brand, right? So I'm going to list them. Now, we have the logo, we have the visual identity design, we have the mission, we have the value, and we have tone of voice. I'll go over them again. We have the logo, we have the visual identity design, we have the mission, we have the value, and we have tone of voice. Okay, so once you've been able to understand all this, you can now go on to create that unique brand, that your target audience can be able to, identify with. Now, how do you brand your business? Okay, how do you brand your business? So I'm going to give you a few points to help you brand your business. Okay, so as a bridal hairstylist, the first thing you want to do is research your target market. All right, so who are your target markets? You have brides, you have weddings, you know um corporate women, fashion women. Now these are your like target market people, that are seeking out services like this. Do you understand what I'm saying? Now, the next thing you want to do when you've identified the target audience, you want to choose your business name. Now, I'm also going to teach you how to create your business name. Now, once you've chosen your business name, the next thing you want to do is you want to write your brand story, and you want to create a brand style guide, and then you want to design your logo and brand assets. Also, you are also going to apply your branding across your business. And the last but not the least, you're going to determine your brand voice and personality. So, in bridal hairstyling business, this is where, we talked about entrepreneur and businessman. So a businessman will just go on doing things the way they are. But if you're seeking now to make your own brand stand out, you're going to find a way to, you know, also intertwine the qualities of an entrepreneur even as a businessman. So understanding your personality and building your brand voice is going to help you put your brand as a bridal hairstylist on the map. Once you've been able to understand your personality, who you are you the kind of person that, some people are very playful, and they're very good with um you know skits, right? And they're very, when I say skit, I don't mean you having your own fresh idea for skit. Like, you see on TikTok how people just they act out a particular sound or something that has happened. There's a way they incorporate it in their business, and it just appeals to the kind of people. That's what I mean by incorporating your personality, finding your own personality into your brand. Do you understand what I'm saying? Okay. Now, the next thing we're going to talk about is how to create a brand name. How to create a brand name. Now, the first thing is make up a brand new name. make up a brand new name. Okay. Second way is reframe a word unrelated to your industry or products. So I'm going to give you an example. For example, most of us we use iPhones, but the name of the company that produces iPhones is called Apple. Apple has nothing to do with phones, for crying out loud. Okay, so you could just choose a word that is unrelated to what you do, and everybody's going to stick with it. Okay, so another thing is you can use a suggestive word or a metaphor. Okay, use a suggestive word or a metaphor, something that suggests what you're doing. Something that some people use glam. That's if you're a makeup artist, they use glam, they use artistry. I feel like all those things are very common. So you want to actually think, what's word best describe what I'm going into. Now you can just simply describe it literally. Okay, some people just say hair by this, style by this. It's just like literal. Okay. um you can alter a word by changing its spelling, removing letters, adding letters, or using Latin endings. I think this is going to be so much fun when you alter a word. Maybe you change the spelling, you remove one letter or the order you add, or even use like a foreign letter, which makes it very unique and distinct. You can also create an acronym from a longer name. Okay, create an acronym from a longer name. You could use a portmanteau. For example, everybody knows Pinterest, right? Now, Pinterest is a combination of pin plus interest. Pin plus interest. So, they now combine the word and just called it Pinterest, which sounds more fun and it rolls on the tongue. Or you could use your own name, as long as your name sounds, as long as your name rolls on the tongue. Like when I say roll on the tongue, like I mean it flows, it doesn't break into 2 3 words. Like even if it does break, you cannot really notice it. It just flows. Do you understand? For example, we know this popular designer Vicky James. Vicky James. So you see, Vicky James. Vicky James is not breaking. Okay, it just rolls on the tongue. Vicky James, and that should be her name. Okay, and it sounds nice to the hearing. Okay, so if you have a very loving name, your name sounds nice to the hearing and it rolls on the tongue, even though it is broken into 2 3 syllables, nobody's going to notice it. Then you can go ahead and use your name. So I don't want this particular video to be so long. With the next class, we're going to talk about logos, type of logos, and I'm also going to teach you how you're going to make your own logo. But the assignment I'll be giving to you right now, once you're done with this particular class, I want you to identify your target audience. That's number one. I gave some examples in the class. Number two, I want you to create a brand name. I want you to create a brand name. Okay, that is what I need you to do. Create it. Even if you have a brand name right now, you could create something better than what you already have. My brand name currently, Tiana Secret, that was not the initial brand name. Okay, so I had something else that if I say it right now, it sounds very funny, but it was once Royal Gracie. Royal Gracie hairs, something like that. Royal Gracie hairs. I'm like, what kind of name is this? It sounds so funny. So yeah, so create a brand new name that rolls on the tongue. I've shown you guys a step in which you'll be able to create a brand new name. So I need everybody to drop a very unique brand new name that sounds pleasant to the ear, is easy to memorize, easy to remember, and that rolls on the tongue. Okay, thank you everyone.